Okay, I am so excited you guys are here to learn about kids and oils. So we're going to get through a lot of nitty gritty, you guys. Oh my gosh, it's so much. But I think you're going to really, really love it. And then we will clarify anything at the end, like I said. Okay, so this class is for kiddos ages like 2 and up, okay? Anybody 2 and down would be more of a babies class, and I love teaching those, I've taught them a ton of times, but that's not this class, okay? So we're going ages 2 and up. If you want to use it on littler kids, you can dilute. You can dilute your oils more, and we will talk more about diluting as we go. Okay, so I'm going to introduce myself real quick. I am Ashley. I am one of the admins for our group that teaches and educates and all the fun things. And I've been using oils for since 2013, and I've used them on my kids since day one. So I've got 4 kids, ages. I mean, when I started using oils, I was pregnant, and then all the way up until right now, I have a 16-year-old. So I've used oils on all the ages of children beautifully. You guys, oils and kids are like a match made in heaven. Okay. It's a beautiful thing to be able to kind of empower your kids to understand maybe what their body might need and the thing that they can reach for to help their body in that moment. And kids adapt really, really well to these. They love them because they smell incredible. And you see a really quick result from using oils. Like, kids understand that, they recognize it, and they love it, right? So it's like, kids always are wanting to do it themselves. And so that's what oils provide. Okay. So I've been using oils in my home. They have been a source of comfort. I mean, comfort is my best word to use for how I feel about how oils have kind of like empowered me and my family to not freak out when we get a weird report from school, like, that dreaded school letter home that says there's a case of blah, blah, blah in your child's classroom. It's just like deep breath. Okay, go to the oils, and we're going to double down on our supplements and our oils and stuff. So they've been a really awesome source of comfort physically and emotionally. And that's what I want to teach. I want to teach you how to trust the oils, to have like a healthy respect for them, because they're very powerful, but they also are so useful, and we can't not use them for our kids. Okay, so they're our first line of defense in our home, meaning we still go to the doctor if we need to, although we don't need to quite as much as we used to before I found them. But they're like the first thing I run to. So, and then if all else fails, then, we go get the medical attention that we may need. If arms are falling off, then we're rushing to the hospital. But if we have a sniffle, we're going to try the oils first, right? So that's what we are looking at here. Okay, so what are oils? Oh, also, I mean, not that this makes me any more qualified to use oils, but I am a nurse. I have been a nurse. I don't know. I don't even know when I graduated. Okay, so I've been a nurse for almost all my life. No. And it doesn't make me more qualified, but it does make me understand the role of medicine a little bit, and how I love to marry the two. Like, we can really respect medicine and what it does when we need it. And then we can also really respect our first medicine, which was herbs and plants, right? And essential oils and things like that. So oils they come from botanicals, right? So they're distilled from botanicals. Some people call them the lifeblood of the plant. They are there so essential oils are in the plant to protect the plant from disease, pests, and to bring vital nutrients when it needs to heal. Like if the plant is broken and it needs to heal, all the essential oils rush to that spot to heal that part of the plant. They work a lot the same in our bodies as humans, because our cells look a lot like plant cells. Like, they can kind of like coexist. I believe they were created so that we could use them on our bodies. I believe that we were made for each other, right? So oils are amazing for plants and for humans. They have been used as medicine since biblical times. You will find them in history books and in, biblical literature all over the place as like a way to heal and bring comfort in the home. One thing that's really interesting is if you have been like, you've had oils for a long time, and you're like, what if this oil that's sitting on my shelf for 10 years. Like, can I still use it? Yes, you can still use a Young Living essential oil that is old, because our oils are very pure. And so they don't go rancid or they don't go bad. Okay. Especially if you've stored them with a tight cap and, they're in their original bottle, they should be absolutely fine if they haven't been exposed to a ton of light and all of that. If you do see an oil bottle that has an expiration date or any warnings, any like warning on it that says don't apply to your skin, back away from that oil. It's probably not a pure oil because they last for a really long time. Like I said, like in Egypt, I'm going to do pyramid with my hand because I'm a mom. In Egypt, when they would find old essential oil, like frankincense, old essential oil jars that still had oil in them from hundreds, thousands of years ago, and they would open it up and the oil was still potent and wonderful. Okay, so a pure essential oil is still good for a very long time. So don't be scared to still use it. Okay. Okay. So oils can be used in many different ways. We love to use them as massage on kids. I'm going to tell you some ideas on that one. Of course, we love diffusing now. I've got a diffuser going right here. You guys, diffusing purifies the air. Obviously, it gets right into your brain because I will teach you a little bit about your sense of smell and your brain, your emotions. And it even like cleanses the surfaces in your home. So like, think about if you've got an antiseptic-ish oil going up into the air, when it settles down onto your surfaces, it's cleaning those surfaces as well. We use them in sprays. We apply them down the spine. We put them in our water. If your kids are older, you can put some like citrus oils in their water. We inhale them, of course. And again, if your kids are older and they feel like they can ingest a capsule, like if they can swallow a pill, we use them all, like my kids use them consistently in capsules as well, because praise the Lord that they can swallow a pill. I could not when I was their age. So that's the 3 ways we use them: is topically, putting it on your skin, aromatically in the air or sniffing them, and then internal, which would be like in the water, in the brownies. You guys, we put peppermint in our brownies for our kids and all that kind of stuff. Really quick little safety tips, especially with children, not because they're more dangerous on children, but because children's skin is more reactive, sometimes more sensitive. And also kids freak out a little bit more if it's like, doesn't feel quite right, like if something's a little off. So oils can sometimes be considered hot or spicy or even cold. Like peppermint feels a little bit tingly and cold on the skin. If that happens and the kid is like uncomfortable for some reason, dilute the oil, but you don't dilute the oil further with water. You dilute oil with other oil. So a carrier oil would be something like coconut oil, almond oil, jojoba oil, whatever you've got. Olive oil is fine. Any pure, clean oil that you have in your home, you can use as a diluting agent. Okay. So when we talk about dilution, that's what I'm talking about. But I'm also talking about if you put an oil on one of your kiddos' skin or on their chest and it's like getting a little bit red, or they're complaining that it's hot, it's not hurting them, but you can dilute it with other oil, not with water. Water is just going to make it hurt more because water makes oil stronger. They separate each other, right? Okay, so dilute with other oil. Don't put oils in the ears or in the eyes, ever. If you want to use oils for something with your eye, which we use all the time, you just kind of put it around the eye or down around the ear, okay? But you don't put it in those cavities. Always use glass containers. So if you are going to have your kiddo ingest an oil, or if you're going to make a recipe with an oil, just use a glass container instead of plastic. Oils like to detox things, which is really great for our bodies, but not so great for plastic. It'll pull the plastic contaminants into your oil, and then that's what you're using, and that's no good. So just glass containers. And I think those are my favorite safety tips. If you guys think of any more, please put them in the chat so that I can make sure to remind people. Okay, when you apply oils topically, or actually anything topically, it gets into your skin. Your skin is, when I was in nursing school, they taught us that your skin is a barrier. Skin is a barrier, and it's going to protect all your everything from all the things outside that you don't want to get in. Not true. Your skin is not a barrier. Your skin is a huge organ that is like a sponge, okay? And it's soaking up everything all around you. So don't let this like freak you out, but let it just like be knowledge that you have that helps you make better decisions. So when you put oils on your kiddo's skin or on your skin, it soaks right up into that bloodstream very quickly and is in like all the cells of the body, all of them within 30 minutes. Kids' skin is even more receptive and spongy than adult skin. So that's why we dilute them. Also, diluting makes the oil go longer, stay on the skin for longer, and you can save money with doing this. And it's easier to spread. Okay, so we love diluting for that. I will tell you though, when lazy mom happens, which lazy mom happens a lot at my house, I literally just drip oils on my kids and we don't dilute at all. So if, you know, when in need, you just put the oils on and say a little prayer and you're good to go. Okay, so I do want to say one thing about quality of oils. It matters which oils you're using. And the reason is because there is no governing body that tells us, gosh, if you slap the word 100% pure on your oil bottle, there's no one that's checking to make sure that that's 100% pure. There's no like, you know, oil police coming around and telling you whether it's pure or not. So you have to just trust the company that you're getting your oil from. If you trust that they are doing what they're saying they're doing, then go for it and use them with confidence on your kids. Okay. Usually, you guys, like 100% of the time, the oils that you're going to find at the store are pretty junky. Okay. They're going to have a lot of fillers in them. They're going to have not oils in them. They're going to have a lot of carrier oil. At the very best, they're just going to be very diluted. And at the very worst, they're going to have toxins in them. And so you don't want that on your kiddos. So that's my quick little disclaimer about that. And now what I want to talk to you about tonight is I'm going to go through topics that usually hit our children that we really want to, that are kind of like common, right? That we want to address. And I'm going to teach you about this, primarily about this set of oils. This is called the KidSense oils, and beware, it's not full. Mine is not full because they're somewhere being used in my home because we use them all the time. But there are 6 oils in this KidSense oil collection. Okay. So I'm going to go, here's the basic KidSense answer to this question, right? To the question of respiratory health, or the question of immune health, or the question of sleep, right? There's going to be the basic, and then there's going to be the next level for if you want to add more oils in, or you're a seasoned oiler, you got a ton of oils, like what you can, if you guys can see Annie's, she's got all of her oils back behind her. Amazing. Like if you've got a huge oil collection, there will be other options for you. Okay. Or if you're just interested in like all the answers. I want to encourage you. So I'm going to share my screen. So from here on out, you're just going to see me as a little person in the corner, because I'm going to share my screen at some point. Hopefully, this is always a funny time where I have to like figure out what I'm doing with technology. So that you kind of have like something to look at that helps you get a visual of what I'm talking about. Going back to Zoom. And don't forget, you guys, if there are questions or I say something that you're like, what does she even mean? Just ask in the chat. Okay, can you guys see this? It is going to be right in just a minute. It's going to go like this. Is this good? Nod if you like it. Okay, it's good. I don't like that though. Okay, so what I want to encourage you to do is to create rhythms around your essential oil use. And what I mean by that is doing things at the same time every day as much as you can. I mean, I know we're like, life is crazy, but most of us, especially this time of year, start to create some kind of a rhythm or a schedule because kids are going back to school and, you know, all that stuff. So with that in mind, just some ideas so that you can get your wheels turning. In the morning, you can diffuse wake up blends in the bathroom when the kids are getting ready, taking their showers, in the kitchen, while they're eating their breakfast or finishing up their homework. You guys, respiratory oils are a lot of times wake up oils as well. So wake up oils are like peppermint, eucalyptus, any citrus oils. Those are things that are going to get us up and running and working, our brains working and everything ready to go. And so you can like hit respiratory and wake up time at the same time, which is kind of a beautiful thing. Okay. Apply to their feet before school. I'm going to give you tons of ideas on what you can put on your kids' feet. Listen, the feet are a really good place to put your oils, because number one, if a kid is averse to the smell of a certain oil, but you really want them to wear it, or they're like worried that all the kids on the bus are going to make fun of them for having this funny smell, which has happened in my house. Putting them on the feet is really great. It's also physically amazing because the feet have large pores, which is exciting. We love large pores. The feet have large pores that allow them to soak up, so much of the oil in a really effective way. Okay, so feet is a really good spot to put your oils. If you do like car line drop off, like you're driving your kids to school and you're like waiting to drop them off in the car line, I always keep oils in my car. I love emotional oils right before I send my kid off into school land, because it helps them stay grounded, feel comforted. And I want that for them as they walk into school. School can be a safe place, but it can sometimes be kind of like an emotional place to be. And so helping them to feel safe as they walk in and just loved by you is a really nice thing. So Carline, if your school is gracious enough to let your children have oils at school, which I won't even get started on how silly I think that is if a school doesn't let your kid have an oil, but the after lunch slump is a really nice time for them to apply oils or inhale them to help wake up, because you guys know it's like a struggle. Do you guys remember school? When you like after lunch, I was like, I need to like prop my eyeballs open with my number 2 pencil. I can't do this. So tired. The ride home. So keeping your oils in your car again, and like just giving them their thieves. So that the thieves, and you'll find this out if you don't know what thieves is, magic for the immune system, or just some happy oils to kind of pick them up a little bit, which would be citrus oils. Homework time is an amazing time to be diffusing right near their face so that they can concentrate. And I'll give you ideas on that. And then bath and bedtime. Creating scent memories. So scent memories are really powerful, and it's because your nose is really close to your limbic system, which is your center of mood and emotion. Okay. So your nose has this olfactory system in it. It's your system of smell, and it connects in to that limbic system. The limbic system helps regulate your emotions. So that's why and your memories. So that's why when you smell something familiar, it brings you right back to a place in time. Like you remember your grandma when you smell cookies or whatever, like you smell somebody mowing the lawn, it's fresh cut grass, and it like takes you right back to your days at summer camp or whatever it could be, right? I smell tennis balls, like fresh tennis balls out of the bottle. And I remember like my dad going play tennis on the hot days of summer. Like it's just your scent memory can take you places, and it can relax you, and it can excite you in one moment. Okay. And you can create that for your kids though, with some intention. So making rhythms with your essential oils, especially for bedtime and homework time, is so like, it's just a beautiful little life hack that you can do, right? If you're momming without oils, we all say you're like momming too hard, because oils make things so much easier. Okay. So I'm going to go, I hope, oh, good. This is working. Okay, you guys, just a little secret. I finished this little lovely presentation 1.2 minutes before we started tonight. So hopefully there are no yucky little mishaps in this. Okay. So I'm going to first start. No, this is not oils, but I'm going to first start with 4 must-have supplements. Okay. I love these supplements. There's a reason I put them in here, because I have personal stories about each one. I'm going to see what time it is. Okay, I better hurry. Okay, so Mightyzyme, you can see it over here on the left. It is an all natural vegetarian capsule. Not capsule, a chewable. You can see them. They're kind of like up there underneath the words. They're super tiny. They're kind of pepperminty a little bit, and they're for enzyme depletion. Okay, enzyme depletion means you're not getting all of your necessary nutrients from our food. There's so many reasons why our food supply has changed so much in the past, I don't even like 50 years, that like we don't have the ability to get the nutrients from our food that we need, and enzymes are incredible. But the reason, I want my kids to get all their nutrients, but the reason I have them in this presentation is because When my children use these, we see results immediately. So we literally should be using them at every meal. That my kids should take one at every meal, right? So that they can get all their nutrients. Well, my kids only grab them and lazy mom shows up, okay, and I don't make them take them. They only grab them when they have tummy upset. And usually that happens when they have too much dairy. That's how my kids react, okay? So whenever there's tummy upset, they take one of these, they chew it up, and it's like in minutes, they're feeling so much better. But this supplement in particular helps digest protein, carbs, and fats. So like all of our macronutrients, right? It also can help children who are constipated resolve that issue if the issue is an enzyme problem. So give that one a try, okay? Another one that's really good is Mighty Pro, but I didn't include it in this one because I don't have like a huge story about that. I have friends that do, but Mighty Pro is if you're looking for a kid's probiotic, okay? Also gut health related. Okay, the next one that you can see over here in the little skinny packets is Unwind. These are like a pixie stick for your kiddos. And I love having my kids use these at night. I even use them at night. So magnesium is the main thing in this. And you guys, magnesium is hands down one of the best supplements for your kids, especially if they struggle with nervous system regulation, immune health, and sensory overload, sensory support. It also is really helpful for growing pains, sleep, mood, healthy teeth, you guys, because of all the mineralization, and optimal vitamin D and calcium. Okay, I use them. They help me go to sleep and sleep well throughout the night. So it's called Unwind for a reason. It's really relaxing for the kids. And I think they taste pretty good, but sometimes people will mix them in a smoothie or whatever. Okay, and then the next little bit, the other two, they go together. They're the immune support, and we're always worried about immune support with our kiddos. And so they are Super Vitamin D and Super C. These are both chewables. They taste great. They're easy for kids to get down. My daughter, she's 7. She literally she takes them every morning, and she just does it herself because she knows which ones are hers. And so these are just, we're always worried about immune system. So these are your go-tos. Also, all of these oils or all these supplements have oils in them, and oils are like a key to the door of your cells. They're like, let's unlock the cells and get them ready and open to receive all of these nutrients. And so an oil infused supplement is like amazing for the body. Okay. You're going to get way more of the nutrient than you normally would. So that's fun. Okay. Let's talk about more immune stuff. This is not one of the Kids Sense oils. Okay. But I still have to talk about it because it's this good. It is Thieves. It is, if you've been around Young Living for any amount of time, you know that Thieves is the king for wellness. Okay. So basically this is your immune booster. It's the #1 player in keeping your kids healthy. This is what you want to build. If you're going to build your routines around anything, build it around Thieves. Do not go a day without your Thieves. Okay. So the oil that you put on your kids' feet before they go to school and then put their socks on and their shoes on, it's Thieves. The oil that you diffuse at nighttime, especially if they're not feeling well, it's Thieves, because they're getting that all night long, right? All night long into their little bodies. The oils that you apply down their spine, which I'll talk about in a minute, it's Thieves. Okay. You're going to dilute Thieves for kiddos because it's a little bit hot. You can see the oils that are in it, and the cinnamon, the lemon, they make it a little bit spicy. So just dilute your Thieves even more. I'm going to show you, I'm going to unshare my screen if I can undo that real quick. And this is not scientific at all. So I don't even know why I feel like I need to show you, but this is dilution method for lazy mom. Okay. It's called the dollop and drop method. What you do is you scoop out some coconut oil and put it in your hand, in your palm. And then you grab your essential oil, which I have to mime because here's one. This is not Thieves, but we'll pretend it is. So I've got coconut oil in the palm of my hand. It's starting to be all melty and amazing. And then these will come out much faster than this one. This one's going to take forever. But the dollop is the coconut oil, and that's the carrier. And then the drop, you guys, this is a really viscous, thick oil. The drop is that right there. Okay. I don't know if you saw that drop come out. You mix it up in your hand and you put it on your kiddo's spine or down on their feet or however you want to apply it. Okay. That's the lazy mom dollop and drop method. You could also make roller bottles, which you can get from Amazon or from your local health food store or even from Young Living if you want to. So roller bottles are amazing. I have a dilution ratio chart that I will put I can't, if you need it, just message me, but I will put it in the comments. And yeah, I'll put it in the comments of wherever we end up uploading this. Okay. So you can see like what the scientific dilution ratios are. Okay. Let me see where I was. Okay. So we're putting it down. Oh, here's what I love. I love to create a roller. I was going to show you this little roller recipe. So 20 drops of thieves. You can write this one down. 20 drops of lemon, 10 drops of frankincense, and a carrier oil. If you don't have those and you only have thieves, it's still very powerful and effective. Okay. But I just love the little added oils of the lemon and the frankincense. If you have big kids, like kids over 5 or 6, and you're a big kid yourself, you can use oregano as well in that carrier oil. It's a little bit, or in that combo, it's a little bit hotter, but it's going to be okay for bit older skin. Okay. Also, Young Living has a roller of thieves, so that you can just buy the roller version. So you can buy the roller version, or you can buy the drippy version. I'm going to share my screen once again. There we go. Okay. You guys can see that again, right? Okay. Young Living also has thieves lozenges, and we can put our thieves in a capsule if you have big kids that can handle that. I put like just a couple of drops in a capsule with a carrier oil, and they take it right down, and it's a really great immune balm. And then making thieves tea. So it would be, thieves tea is like a little bit of hot water, a little bit of honey. Use Manuka honey if you can, because that's really great for the immune system. A drop or two of thieves, however much they can handle, a drop or two of lemon oil, and then you can put some apple cider vinegar in there as well if you want to. It's a really nice, soothing, warm drink that they can drink, and it boosts their immune system. So that's a really nice thing to give them at homework time, or when they get home from school. Okay, the next thing. Oh, also Young Living has Thieves Everything, powered by Thieves. We have hand sanitizer, we have toothpaste, we have hand soap, we have a household cleaner, which is incredible for everything. So Thieves is incredible. Okay, so this is the KidSense line, and we're going to get into all of the things that we deal with our kids and how to use a KidSense oil for it. Also, how to use some other oils for it too. It's so cute, isn't it? 6 little oils, all ready to go. I love the rollers, you guys, because the kids can they're pre-diluted and the kids can use them themselves. And remember, these are pre-diluted for kids 2 years old and up. Okay. First thing I want to talk about is respiratory health. So obviously the KidSense oil that we would use for this is called Sniffle Ease. It smells so lovely and so delightful. My favorite little hack with Sniffle Ease is to take it, whether you've got this drippy bottle or you've got the roller bottle, and just put a dot on the end of the kiddo's nose. And that's if like the nose is running and you just can't, it's like the faucet nose, you just can't get it to stop. Sniffle Ease, and you can put it on there every 30 minutes if you want to. You're not going to overdo it. Just a little dab on the tip of the nose, and it's lovely. You can also apply any respiratory oils, which additional respiratory oils would be RC. I think it stands for respiratory comfort, but it's just RC, Raven, any eucalyptus, and frankincense, all really good oils for your respiratory system. So you can apply them on the chest, you can apply them on the back. If your kiddo is dealing with a respiratory thing and they just need extra respiratory support, diffuse respiratory oils all night in their room, right by their head. Okay. This is a tip for if they can't sleep, you're diffusing all night by their head. If you got the dreaded note home that said, the thing is in the classroom, whatever the thing is, diffuse all night by their head. Just get a diffuser for your kid in their room. They're going to love it. And it's going to support their body all night long. You've got a captive audience. They're laying there. They don't move. Okay. So that's really good. I love to put a respiratory oil on the chest or on the back, and put a warm compress, which is just a wet, hot washcloth, warm washcloth over it, because that wet drives the oil in. Okay. And the heat kind of just opens everything up and soothes everything. Frankincense is incredible for a rattly chest. Do you know what I'm saying? To help get them things up and out. get them things. That makes sense. But that's frankincense is so good for that. And I think that's all my notes on respiratory, but now, one more thing. I want to talk about when your children are warmer than you want them to be. Listen, a fever is a really great thing actually for the body. It helps the body. It's the sign that the body is doing what it should to fight off whatever it is that it's dealing with. Sometimes it can get concerning. And if you are concerned, a little hack is lemon and peppermint oils down the spine and on the bottoms of the feet. Dilute them. Sometimes kids don't like the feel of lemon. Sometimes they don't care. So just dilute them a little bit. And if you really feel like somebody needs a reprieve or whatever, you can do lemon and peppermint trick. Sometimes it'll work. Okay, so aloe oil is our next one, you guys. This is kind of obvious. Like when you get the call from the nurse and she's like, yeah, Johnny had an accident in PE and he's bleeding. Come get him. We don't like blood. Then you come and you get them and you drip. You can literally drip this aloe oil directly on whatever it is that's bothering their skin. And it is not, my kids are always like, is it going to sting? That's the biggest question. Always, is it going to sting? It doesn't sting. It's very soothing. It's beautiful. And it helps with just healing everything up. So it's wonderful. Okay, so this is also not one of our Kids Sense oils, obviously. This oil is called Purification. The reason that I have it in my class tonight is because it was one of the main ones that I would use. My kids are homeschooled. Most of my kids are homeschooled right now. I didn't say this, but we've done all different kinds of school in our life. We've done all the preschools. We've done public school. We've done private school. We've done homeschool. So I have ideas for all the different kinds of schools. But when my kiddos were in school, when I would get the letter home that said there's creepy crawlies in our classroom, this is what I would grab. Okay. The Purification would go on the soles of the feet because we know that it gets into all the cells of the body. Every morning, right as he was walking out the door, I would put this on my third grader. We'd put the Purification, and then I'd also get it on my hands and kind of like, not super juicy on my hands, just like so it was there. And I would put it in his hairline. Now he smelled, I thought it was delightful. His school bus driver was always like, that's the dude that smells funny, which thank you, school bus driver, for doing that. But, whatever. But it kept the ick out of his hair, especially if it was like sharing hats with kids, because you can't control what your kids are doing in school. But you guys, this is like, he never had that issue ever once. And so I do it for all my kids if that's like an issue at their school. So on the feet and in the hairline. Okay. Next thing, this is a Kids Sense oil, comes from this little collection here. Tummy Jize is a lifesaver of all lifesavers. If you need to slow things down, as in like with their tummy and their digestion, if things are coming out too fast, or if you need to make things come, okay, if you need to make the action happen, this oil regulates the digestive system. So it's like, it's oils are smart. So it goes in there and it will tell the body, stop doing what you're doing or do more of what you have not done enough of. Okay. So it's going to regulate the digestive system and keep it moving the way that it should. So anytime your kid is feeling a gurgly stomach or whatever, you are going to grab the Tummy Jize. You're going to rub it on the belly, or like you drip a little in the belly button and just have them rub it on. Even just inhaling it is really nice. It calms the stomach. Other oils you could use for this are Digize. Digize is kind of like the adult version of Tummy Jize. It stinks way worse. Okay. Digize is the stinkiest oil, but it's the best oil because it, the dreaded tummy hurt is just the actual worst. So Digize is really quick at getting rid of that. Peppermint is another one. And then I wanted to mention Aroma Ease. Aroma Ease is an emotional oil. So this one helps with emotional tummy upset. So, like that nervous stomach that you get, or even motion sickness, Aroma Ease is the one you're going to reach for if you have it. If you don't have it, use the Tummy Jize. That's going to still work. Okay. So one of my life hacks for older kids with tummy aches would be a Digize in a capsule, like 2 to 3 drops in a capsule with some carrier oil down the hatch as soon as they start feeling gross. And my kids all will take it because it's like, it works so well and it works so quickly. So Digest in a capsule, and then I alternate that with, you can find activated charcoal capsules. I alternate those two like every 30 minutes, okay, or every hour or something like that, depending on the kid and what's going on. They're detoxers and they kill whatever is nasty in the stomach causing problems, okay? Okay, next up is tantrums. Wow, this is also not a Kid Sense oil, but there is a Kid Sense oil you could use for tantrums. This one is like in the mom's back pocket when the kids are acting crazy. This is called Endoflex. It is an incredible oil blend of a bunch of different oils that help support, of all things, our hormones. And sometimes tantrums in kids can be from hormonal imbalance, okay? And even if it's not, or you don't know what it's from, try the Endoflex. Okay, the way that you use this one when your kiddo's having a tantrum is, or even when they're moody. Okay, so we're talking tantrums for like little kids, right? Like I'm thinking like toddlers and preschoolers and even, like the littler grades. Even if they're grumpy as they're older, this is a great oil to reach for. And you can roll it, like this one's got a roller on it, or you can drip it and then just rub it on the lower to mid back. Okay, that's going to support the adrenal glands and their hormonal system. It works wonders. It's beautiful. It smells kind of minty and delightful. This one's also really helpful for like that after school homework time when there's kids just kind of like hit a slump and they're like, I cannot deal anymore with life. I've had a long day at school. I need some help. Endoflex is another great one. Other good ones for tantrums or just kind of down feelings would be Kid Power, which is one of these little cutie oils in our Kid Sense line. Calm oil, Sleepy Eyes. Okay, those are all calming oils. And then let's just talk about emotions and go to that. So Kid Power is incredible. Like I already said, it smells like orange creamsicle. It smells so good. It's probably the happiest smelling oil we have. If you're familiar with Valor for adults, Kid Power is like Valor for adults. It's helpful for increasing their courage, for calming anxieties. And it's just a great one for kids' emotions. My kids love it. They reach for it all the time. So this is one that you can keep in your car. And just like make sure that they apply it as they're walking out the car door into school, or you keep it in your car so that you can apply it right when they get out of school, just to focus and center them and rebalance them into feeling good again, if they need that. On their feet, on their wrists, on their chest, anywhere they're going to smell it and inhale it and enjoy it. You can even teach them to do a scent tent. I don't know if you guys can see me up here in the corner, but you just put your oils on your hands or have them do it, rub together, and then inhale. Inhale nice deep breaths, at least 3 deep breaths. And that is so calming to the brain, okay? And stimulating to the limbic system. Okay, so another mom hack that I love that it's tried and true is an oil called Peace and Calming. Peace and Calming is what I would diffuse when in that afternoon time, like from 3 to 5, when I am trying to get dinner on the table and the kids are trying to be Satan's helpers and helping me not to get dinner on the table. Okay. So diffusing Peace and Calming, it was like a night and day difference. I'd be like, why is this day the worst? Like, why do I feel like pulling my hair out? Oh, I'm not diffusing my Peace and Calming today. So an oil you can have going in the diffuser for when your kids come home, Peace and Calming would hands down be the oil. Okay. That one is not in the Kid Sense kit, so you'll have to get that extra, but you need it because it's also a sleep powerhouse, and we'll get to sleep in a minute. What time is it? Okay. I am okay. Okay. So homework, let's go to homework. So we're home from school and we're like, get me a snack because my blood sugar's in the trash can. Okay. And I need some help. So you get them a snack first. And then my tip is to just get the homework done. Just get the homework done first, because we know that when 8 o'clock rolls around and dinner's cleaned up, that is the last thing you want to be doing. So try to get the homework done first. And some really great oils for diffusing, boop, and for applying and for inhaling during homework time. The number one is Genius. This is an oil blend of all of these incredible oils, plus more. I could not put them all on there, because there were too many. You're getting a really good deal when you get this oil because it's full of crazy good high frequency oils that are great for the brain and usually really pricey on their own. So yeah, so homework, applying Genius to the temples, putting it in the diffuser. You can set like, what was I going to say? Well, I set these little roller bottle oils out on the table. My kids are homeschooled, so we set them in the middle of the table so that they can grab them as they go throughout their homeschool day, but depending on whatever they need. And Genius is one that they reach for a lot, and they're always putting it on their temples and like over their forehead, rubbing it in, and then inhaling the rest that's on their hands. Other really good ones is that Peace and Calming again for homeschool, homework time. Peppermint is great for waking up the brain, and rosemary. If you have older kids, especially, peppermint and rosemary together, rosemary wakes up your memory. So if you want to do like a scent memory thing, send your kid with, like, if they will allow them, a peppermint and rosemary roller on test days that they studied for the test with peppermint and rosemary diffusing or near them. It will help their memory and their brain make that connection. If your child needs extra help concentrating, like we're talking ADD, ADHD, like there are a lot of things that can just help calm the brain and help it to focus on what it needs to focus on. If that's a concern for you, I'm not going to go, this is not that class, right? I'm just kind of glossing over all of these things, but if your child needs help with that, we have a whole really cool kit called the Reconnect Kit. It's a kit of 4 oils that helps with your brain making these connections that it's not making when you cannot focus and concentrate. So get in touch with me if you want more info on the Reconnect Kit. Maybe we'll do a class on it sometime, but it's been a lifesaver for a lot of moms. Other ideas for homework, like I said, get their blood sugar up, get them a snack, get them some Ningxia Red, get them, put classical music on. As soon as they get home, do their homework, and I'm going to move on to sleep. Okay, so Sleepy Eyes is a beautiful blend for calm and for creating a routine, a nighttime routine around this oil. So diffuse, oh, I love this. So you put this in their bedroom and you're diffusing it in their bedroom before they get in to go to sleep. So put it in their bedroom 30 minutes before they're ready to go to sleep. Shut the door, maybe give them their bath, maybe put oils in their bath. And then as they go into their little sleep den, they've got their Sleepy Eyes going, the whole room is full of it. And it just creates like this beautiful scent memory around this gorgeous oil. You guys, this oil smells so nice. This is one that you can create a spray with. So you can create a linen spray. You get a 2-ounce bottle, 10 to 15 oils, drops of the oil of your choice, which I'll say a few other oils that are really great for sleep in a minute. So 10 to 15 drops of the oil of your choice and a half a tablespoon of witch hazel with water. Shake it up and spray it on their pillows, spray it on their blankets, in their hair. It's all good. Okay. So that's one of my favorite ways to use sleepy oils. Other oils you could use for this are Calm, which is actually a blend for babies, but it's Calm oil. But it works for kids. Another oil is Gentle Baby, which is obviously for babies, but it also works for kids. Another is lavender or cedarwood or frankincense. Okay. Roll it on their feet, roll it on their chest, apply. If you don't have a roller, you could just apply it. You could give them a really sweet little massage before bedtime with coconut oil and your whatever oil you choose. And like I said, diffuse it next to the bed, right by their head. Peace and Calming is another one. If I didn't say that one, another great one for sleep. Okay, let's talk about ways to get oils in school with your kids. You may want to send respiratory oils with your kid, like Sniffles or something with your kid to school. If they've got like a runny nose that day, or emotional oils if they're having a particularly hard time, or concentration oils like kids with an IEP or need to go in a specialist class, or even with the school counselor. Possibly those teachers would be willing to keep an oil on hand for your child if they know that it calms them or helps them to focus. So you can check with those teachers and just see. There's, no hurt in asking, and just send a roller with your child. Okay, so the rollers are incredible. You can get inhalers. So they're just like these little plastic tubes that you put with like a little wick inside, a cotton wick. You put your oils on there, and your child, nobody will even know really what they're doing. They just kind of like smell it because it holds that oil smell. And another one of my very favorite ways to send oils with my kids would be on diffuser jewelry. So there's this website called Put On Love Designs. I think it's just putonlovedesigns.com or putonlove.com, something like that. And they sell these darling little diffuser bracelets. They're little braided leather bracelets, different colors, really thin and tiny, but you put the oils on the leather bracelet and they wear it all day, and they can inhale it whenever they want to. And so those are some of my favorite ways to let them, bring an oil to school. One last tip. This is such a random little tip that I'm going to share with you, but I just remembered it and I don't want to forget. Bedwetting can sometimes be an issue with kids. And randomly enough, it's an oil called myrtle. It is incredible on the lower abdomen. And cypress is another one, but I think myrtle is kind of the main one, to put diluted on the lower abdomen before they go to bed. And usually it controls bedwetting in some magical way. I do not have any scientific reason why. Okay. And then another thing that real quick, about oils in school, a lot of times on that like teacher list that comes to your house before school starts, it has like this list of, we need Kleenex and we need crayons and we need scissors and we need the glue and we need Clorox wipes and all of these things, right? A lot of times us oil moms are like, Clorox wipes, oh no, which you kind of have to pick your battles and be like, oh, well, if they get a Clorox wipe, at school, that's that. But sometimes we'll have a teacher that's receptive to our little, green and oily ways. And you can send like a bottle of Thieves Cleaner that you've made up. Thieves Cleaner is really, really great to replace Clorox wipes. It does all the same things with plant-powered ingredients. And maybe the teacher would be into that and really be grateful that she's not exposing herself and all the kids in her classroom to all these chemicals. So just kind of keep your mind open. You may have a teacher that really is receptive to that more than you would think. So gift a bottle to the teacher. If nothing else, it's like a $2 gift that you gave to the teacher. It's very inexpensive and super useful for her if she likes it, and super useful for your kids too. So basically, I want to just encourage you. You guys, these oils are a godsend. They can be used for 400 more things that I didn't talk about today. And that as you get more into our community and ask questions, you will learn how many things you can use your oils for. But I guess that the main thing I want to say is get out your oils, keep your oils out, use them a lot. Your kids are going to start to learn to use them. And then they're going to start to be a lot more self-sufficient with their oil use than you could even have imagined. So that is my encouragement to you. I am going to take some questions, but we can stop the record. I guess I can stop the recording, stop sharing. You can see my face now.